Hey, what's up, PMP? Josh here today, and I am bringing you a 5th generation Funzy battle, basically made up of mostly UU Pokemon. Some were NFE, some were even probably considered NU. Basically, I'm going to end up leading off with his Regigigas, as he leads off with his Moltres. Now, Moltres against the team I brought matches up very poorly, so I'm kind of scared here. So I'm just going to play it safe and go straight for a Thunder Wave as he switched into his Gastrodon. Now I'm expecting this Gastrodon to be a wall of some kind because I don't really see many Curse ones. I just see the Storm Drain ones. And he's going to go for Toxic. I kind of predicted that, so I go into my Charlie, which has Rest. And it's a Nageki. So it's fairly fun to use. It's basically a bulk up Rest one. So it works. I'm going to change off Payback for Sleep Talk, just so I have a Rest Talk option, because with the new sleep mechanics, it's kind of annoying to sleep for like 5 turns without getting anything on the opponent. Anyways, you know, for Brick Break after, I believe I didn't go for Bulk Up, but I have Guts, so I'm boosted anyway. I'm going to predict his switch into Moltres there to take advantage of the Toxic and get more Toxic damage on me, and then try to go for an Air Slash, take me out. But he, I guess, predicts that, or knew he could live and just recover off damage. And this turn, I'm figuring he's probably going to want to switch out, so I'm going to take the opportunity to go for a Rest, simply to get that Toxic damage off. And so I have basically a status blocker with my sleeping Nageki. So I'm going to go for that Rest, get all my HP back, which is great, as he goes into the Moltres on the switch. Now, this Moltres scared me quite a bit, because I know that some actually do carry the Hidden Power Electric, but I know I have this Special Wall Mantine, and the first thing I thought when I saw Moltres was he was going to be Scarfed, or Specked, most likely Scarfed, but he happens to actually be Life Orb, which in this battle worked out really well for him, as he can switch moves, and really, if he has the Hidden Power Grass, I was going to be screwed anyway, or the Hidden Power Electric, I was going to be screwed anyway. So I decided to stay in with Mantine, go for a Toxic, thinking if he's not going to switch, then I'll get it Toxic. But I was fairly sure if he didn't have the Hidden Power Electric, he'd want to go into his Gastrodon to try to get a Storm Drain boost on the obvious Surf or Scald. So that's what he does, actually. And now I'm going to go for a Confuse Ray, basically, because this is kind of a team that I don't want to say relies on hacks, but it definitely helps it out because it's not that powerful. And he's going to go for an Earth Power over Predicting. I'm going to go to my Brizion here, my Virizion. And basically, I am going to now switch out as he goes into a Shelgon, which I know is going to have, like, I'm expecting to have, like, Wish and a Evilite Stone. So I'm going to go into my Regigigas here, figuring I don't know what he's going to do, and I'm figuring he might have a fire move of some kind, Fire Blast maybe. So I go into that to take it, and he goes for a Toxic, which scared the shit out of me, because now, basically, my Regigigas is screwed on multiple levels, because it can't learn Rest or any recovery for that matter. But I'm going to have to hope that my Regigigas is going to be able to do at least something in this game, as I run the mood Facade. Now, most people run Return on Regigigas, and I've always run Facade simply for the fact that most people like to try to either burn or Toxic Regigigas as soon as I see it, because the sheer bulk it has. It's so hard to take down, even though it does have a slow start. But simply because of slow start, once it gets past that 5 turns, it's close to unstoppable. So a lot of people want to get that Toxic damage on so it can't get anything off. And I have Facade there just because with the Drain Punch boost in this game, I have recovery that way. So I figured that Facade's probably the best option, even though Return is more, I guess, standard. Anyways, going to go into my Virizion, as I predicted him to go for a Recover, I believe. And now I'm going to go for Sacred Sword after going for Sword Stance, knowing he'd switch, figuring it'll do a lot of damage to Shelgon. And it does like nothing. That thing is a defensive beast. Apparently it runs like over 500 damage. He's gonna go for a Flamethrower and get the Burn Hacks, which basically sealed my Virizion's fate at this point. I'm gonna go for a Stone, predicting him to go into his Moltres to try to take it out. Oh, first resist and then take it out. But he doesn't, and then he's just gonna basically kill me off the Dragon Pulse, which really sucked, that Burn Hacks. It would have brought his Shelgon a lot lower, but whatever. I'm not sure if it would have been taken out in time, but whatever. You gotta play the way the game happens. So, gonna go into Mantine. Gonna go straight for the Ice Beam. I don't have Hidden Power flying on this. I have Ice Beam over it, just because the sheer amount of annoying grass Pokemon that I end up running into with this Mantine. He's going to go with a Psycho Cut, and I predict him not to go with a Sucker Punch, so now I'm going to go for a Scald, and now I think he's going to go for Sucker Punch, and that's exactly what he does, so I'm going to take the opportunity to get a Confuse Ray off, just because it gives me a 50% chance of, like, him not getting, basically hitting me with a Sucker Punch. So now he's not going to take that risk. He's going to go into his Simisage, and I'm going to go for a Scald. Seeing this thing, I know that most of them, if not all of them, are Nasty Plotters, and I was hoping my Mantine would be able to take it out with an Ice Beam, and he's going to go for that Nasty Plot, and now he's at +2. And I'm going to go for that Ice Beam, and it's going to go down, 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 and barely lived. If I would have got the burn on the Scald, which I was hoping for, considering how the burn he got on me with the Flamethrower, it would have been able to take it out, I think, after the 2 burn damages. But now I'm going to go down to a Leaf Storm, which I was actually kind of surprised about, because I wasn't sure what kind of attack, or special attack, the Simisage ran. But Mantine is like an uberly special defensive beast. But whatever, I'm going to go into my Regigigas there, try to get him to go into his, or go for a Focus Blast, in hoping Charlie would take it a lot better, because it's max special defense. Fortunately, he doesn't fall for it. Doesn't carry Focus Blast. I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm, and it does 300 damage, basically, to my Charlie. And it takes a huge chunk out of him. And now he's just going to go into his Absol, go for the Psycho Cut. I figure getting Life Orb damage is probably the best thing I can do. And I only have, I think, 3 pokes left at this point. So I'm going to go into my Tangela, which is Evilite, Defensive Wall, pairs up with Mantine, I guess fairly well. And he's going to go for the Fire Blast, and I was like cringing at this, hoping and praying that I would live first of all, and then I would not miss Sleep Powder. Luckily, Sleep Powder hits, and his Absol's now going to be asleep. So I'm going to take the opportunity to go for Leechy, predicting his switch. He doesn't switch, and now I'm predicting him to wake up this turn, because I have this like really weird, kind of like a sense of when things are going to wake up and completely screw me. And this is going to be like his second turn wake, and he's going to go for it, and I'm going to go into Zoomer, predicting him to go for a Fire Blast, and exactly what he does, surprisingly. So that really helped me a lot to actually predict a wake up randomly. And now I'm going to take him out with the Leech Seed and Life Orb, which is fantastic, but that thing was quite the threat to my team, considering it can no superpower. And it has the Fire Blast and the Sucker Punch. It's going to be a really annoying Pokemon to take out. Anyways, I knew he was going to go for the Water move, hoping he doesn't get the burn, and he gets it again. And I was like, oh my god. So that really hurt the chances of my Pesto being able to do a lot in this battle, because I knew he has this and an Azumarill left, if I do recall correctly. So I'm going to stay in here, and I believe I got the Leech Seed off on him that turn, which is basically going to allow me now to get I'm going to be able to get a Giga Drain off, and that thing lives. Special defensive beast it is. Can't believe it lived. But the good thing is, with the regeneration, I can switch back and in and out, which is really, really fun to use, actually, because it pisses a lot of people off. And now with the Tox damage, I didn't get Leech Seed on, apparently. I didn't even know that. I thought I did, but I had this battle probably like a week ago. It's going to go down to Toxic, and now he has this Moltres left and the Azumarill. Sorry, I have 3 Pokemon left. And I'm going to go into Regigigas simply as Death Fodder, hoping he'd like go for like an Overheat or something, but he didn't. He played the safe move and went for an Air Slash. And I was figuring I could live an Air Slash, and I do, because this thing is, well, it's a Regigigas, let's put it that way. So I'm going to live that in the Tox damage, which is really, really helpful now, because I get 2 turns of Life Orb damage on him, which will end up to be pretty much crucial. Now I'm going to go into my Azumarill here, knowing that he's going to predict me not to go with the Aqua Jet, and he's going to get Hidden Power Grass off, but I have to make the safe play, predicting him to over-predict, and exactly what he does. I'm going to be able to get the Aqua Jet off. It's now he goes into his last being in Azumarill. I'm going to go for an Aqua Jet now to see what he locks himself into, if I can go into my Tangela, and he's going to go for an Ice Punch, and surprisingly it does a lot more than I thought it would, and we were both sitting here saying, you're going to freeze me. And luckily it didn't happen. I'm going to go into my Tangela now, knowing with regeneration, I can take an Ice Punch because it's such a defensive beast. I can take the burn, and I basically have a choice of going with Leech Seed or, what the hell is it called? Sleep Powder. Now, I went for Leech Seed because it had better accuracy, and knowing my luck in this battle, I would have ended up missing the Sleep Powder. So I'm going to go for Leech Seed, and now basically, he's stuck into Ice Punch. It's going to do quite a bit. I'm going to go for Soup Power. Actually, it was a really stupid move. I should have went for the Waterfall, but I went for the Soup Power, forgetting about the defense drops, but luckily it's enough to take it down into the low red where Leech Seed will take it out. So it was a great battle, South. Make sure to go check him out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.